We're still here. It was a rough day. It's been a rough couple days on the ice. Thank God we got the World Series going today, Friday. NHL Puck Props presented by Bet99. Josh Inglis, Carlo Colaiacovo. Ooh, there's nothing cool about like starting things off. You're like, the Chicago money line looks good. Things are going. Things went early goal.
A lot of big money lines last night. San Jose, Pittsburgh, Chicago.
I know. It was an exciting day for people who didn't follow my picks. That's for sure. But we got the plus 250 Chicago, and then the points drew up. And then like what was happening in the Calgary or the Winnipeg Seattle game, like that.
Yeah, Joey DeCord showed up. That's what happened.
Oh, that one just absolutely kicked me in the can. 100 goals and no Schaefer point. That was awesome.
I couldn't believe that. I was doing the Habs game and I'm looking at the scoreboard. I'm like, oh man, the Islanders put up 7 goals. Schaefer must have a bunch. 0 points in a touchdown game. Crazy.
Agreed. It was a tough watch. It was a tough watch. Was on Minnesota too. So just a great Thursday night, just a fantastic Thursday night. Gadsden was the only bright spot there. But we do have an interesting slate today. So let's get to it. I know we got game 1 World Series action, but there's some very interesting spots on the NHL schedule today. And you might have one of the biggest favorites in the New Jersey game, but let's get to, what do I got queued up? Yeah, I got San Jose, New Jersey queued up first here. San Jose plus 290 versus minus 370, which is funny because we saw the Chicago price yesterday, Carlo. We were getting Chicago plus 250, and they weren't coming off the back-to-back.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
so what are you suggesting here?
I think this is more representative of a tough schedule spot for San Jose.
Fair. That's fair. Okay.
Where the Chicago price was.
I think this is also respect for New Jersey that is played like one of the best teams in hockey versus the Rangers, who have been very mediocre at home.
If I told you they scored 5 goals and then didn't win at home, that'd be pretty funny, no?
It would be. I'd say you're lying.
Yeah, you're lying. Sure.
Yeah.
Both teams to score plus 160 in the first period. One of my favorite bets, one of my favorite quick hitting bets. And then Will Smith for a point at plus 125. You have San Jose coming off 6 goals yesterday. The offense is good. And what can San Jose not do? Stop the puck. Worst goals against average. New Jersey can let it go. New Jersey was idle. So I think you see San Jose come out a bit fast, maybe score the first goal, and then New Jersey kind of take over. It's an Askarov start. I know Carolina in Colorado yesterday, we had the Scott Wedgwood regression game. I know New Jersey, I think New Jersey's still ahead of them in the standings just because they played more games, but is Carolina maybe, like my rankings right now, Vegas, Carolina, Colorado, Winnipeg.
Really? You're like your power rankings?
Power rankings. And then after that, I think it falls off. I don't have Edmonton in that group or Dallas in that group.
Huh. No New Jersey in that group, eh?
No.
Interesting.
You have New Jersey up there as like a top 14?
Yeah. Well, New Jersey was one of my sneaky picks last year, right? With Sheldon Keefe coming over, and they were handed a boatload of injuries, just too much for them to overcome to even make the playoffs. And now they're healthy. I know they lost Markstrom, but a lot of their top players are healthy. And if you watch this team play, they're fast. They're fast and they're skilled and they're good. And so they would definitely be at the top. They would be within my top 5 for sure as power ranking team, New Jersey.
Woo. Second best team in the East right now?
Who would be your first? Carolina?
I mean, they're just going on a gauntlet down the West Coast.
Yeah, no, and the thing about Carolina is they're doing it very quietly, but it seems like they always go about their business quietly, but they just find ways. Right? They're not a market that gets a big spotlight. They're, they don't like recruit big name free agents, even though this year they did get Ehlers, one of the big names out there. But they're just so well coached and they just know what it takes to win, and they just do what they got to do. I mean, they lose players every year too. I mean, they lose Jack Roslovic this year. and they've got this what's his name, Seth Jarvis, who's having a breakout season right now. So it's just,
is there a more perfect fit for a guy than Stahl in Carolina?
No.
Right? Like, that's it. Like,
No.
him and Brindamore are like, he could just, if he finishes his career today, he could just jump on the bench with Rod.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Without a doubt.
Yeah. Love it. All right.
And like, do we really buy Pittsburgh and their hot start? I think it's a cool story, but I think over time they'll probably settle into who they are.
Those 38-year-old legs will settle in, or what are you saying?
Well, his legs won't settle in. Oh, you mean like Malkin and Letang?
Gino's 39,
yeah. I said this last night on Twitter, and I'm going to stand by it. Pay attention to the Habs. The Habs are for real. Like, they're a really good hockey team, and they're so much fun to watch. And I think they have a goaltending issue, or not issue, controversy.
They have a good problem with the
A very good problem. I know Montembeault gave up 5 yesterday, but if you look at the 5 goals that went in, the first goal goes in off his defenseman that's going wide. The second goal, a guy standing wide open in front of the net. The third goal, it's a nice play, in front of the net, and they score. And then the 2 power play goals, not really much he could do on the power play goals, but the numbers look bad, right? 6 goals. So I don't think he's losing his number 1 spot, but Dobish is playing like a number 1 goaltender as their backup.
Tampa Bay currently dead last in the Atlantic Division. That is awesome. That is something. I don't trust Florida either. Florida is not in my trust circle. But I don't know.
Playoff time they will be.
I know, but they might have to be one of those teams to be like, yeah, you got to get there first. I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder what Tampa Bay and Florida, both not to make the playoffs, is paying. And we do have a Will Smith parlay. Let's put that up on the board. I saw you post that there, producer Mick. Will Smith, the hockey player. Will Smith, the baseball player. And just to let you all know, producer Mick's dad, Will Smith. That's why we had to bet it today. That is the dumb bet that I'm putting in today. 30-1 for Smith to score and Smith to get a home run. And as producer Mick said, his dad to be asleep by 8:30. That's how we run that.
That's a good. Is there a prop bet on the?
No, we didn't have to. We'll have to ask Bet99 to throw that one up to add it to the pool. But that's what we're doing with the Will Smith parlay. Why not? Have fun with it. It's Friday night. Speaking of Friday night, if you don't have enough money to go to the Jays game, you can travel to Buffalo and catch Buds versus Sabres here. Toronto minus 135. I bet there are a lot of people doing that instead, right? Like,
no.
No.
It's game 1 of the World Series with your team in it. Like,
and Bobby Newport said, yes, there's a good point. Yes, Demidov did replace Bolduc on power play 1 last night mid-game, correct?
He did, yeah. And
that was the same thing with Marty last year with, who was it, Matheson?
Matheson and Hudson,
Yeah. You got to earn it. Okay, I get you. Thanks, Coach. Toronto, Winnipeg money line combo plus 191. I'm not farting around here. Leafs got to win this game. Like, if you can run this up to both teams on the minus 1.5 puck line, that's 680. We're going McMahon point 125. McMahon top line. We've talked about it already this week. Complaining that Austin Matthews doesn't have a good enough line. Well, guess what, buddy? You need to start driving your own goddamn line once in a while. But he got his way. He's lined up with McMahon and Willie to at least start the game. Where do you see this? We were saying the same thing about after the Stolars talk. This has to be 110 effort game from the Leafs tonight. No?
Yeah. I just got a note of their next 5 games. So it's back-to-back against Buffalo. And then they have Flames, Blue Jackets, and Flyers.
Win.
Like, if you're talking about righting the ship, this is the stretch in the schedule where you could completely change the narrative around your team. And look, Buffalo at home has been a really good team the last 3 games. They beat some good teams too. So, and Buffalo's always been like a tough place for the Leafs to play in historically. So I wouldn't
makes no sense.
I don't get it either. I don't understand I wouldn't label this game as like an easy game for the Leafs to win. They're not playing good hockey, and Buffalo is. And if there's a game that you're going to get Buffalo's best, it's going to be this one. So I don't know who's starting in net tonight, and that's going to be the big question mark. On the back-to-back, are they going to split games, or do they go Stolars tonight? And in a win, maybe you go Primo tomorrow, but in a loss, you go back to Stolars on Saturday because you can't lose back-to-back to Buffalo, right? Or do you do Primo tonight and give Stolars the game at home? I guess we'll find out soon, but
just give Stolars another day off.
Meaning tonight?
Yeah, he's been run heavily. Like, wouldn't
but
be that.
He has to be run heavily right now.
I know that.
Games.
I know it's not. Right? It's not a great spot where.
I know Primo won his only game he played, but do you really trust Primo to give you a number one start?
No, not at all. Just trying to think of who was I looking at last night in that game. Dan Vladar Vladar was good. Oh, I mean, is St. Louis going to get rid of Hofer?
Anything?
No, they won't. Like they they have some capital in one of them. I mean, Hofer just got lit up yesterday. But
I don't think St. Louis is going to panic. They don't have the market.
They suck.
They don't live in a market that is going to push that pressure on the team. I think they'll figure it out. I mean, how about we just give more credit to Utah? I mean, this
Dylan
team
Gunther
is coming
and
together.
Logan Cooley are pretty good.
Yeah, this team's coming together.
Oh, did Rich say, did you check, is Riley out? I know the skate will be happening right now. I know
we don't know that for fact. We have to wait for the skate.
I know, but the skate's not up. I'm not sure. Rich H was saying no Riley, but that could have just been a maintenance thing for yesterday. That was yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, if you're guessing that his absence yesterday means he's not playing today, then yeah, there's going to be no Riley, but we don't know.
So if he's at practice, then he's likely playing. If he's not at practice, we still don't know if he's playing, and he'll be a game time decision. You'll still have to wait to see around 6:45 or whatever, I believe. No?
Yeah.
All right. That's what we got for that one. But need something from the Leafs. And today's boosted stack, which started off great yesterday, really pissed me off again. They just started off so great.
Yeah.
Got 2 of the 3. Today's boosted stack is going to be that top line in Toronto. We're going Nylander 2. We're going Matthews 2. And we're going McMahon 1 point. Boosted from plus 625. That line has to do something. That line's going to be all right. Here you go.
2 plus 625 or
2 and 1. Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 and 1. Today is what's that? The ticker has Toronto, Winnipeg at plus 190. Yeah, that's the combo money line. Plus 190. That is correct, sir. That is correct. Washington, Columbus. Washington minus 120. Columbus even money over under at 6. Interesting pricing for Columbus. I feel like at even money, but I'm just going to go with that second line. I do like that second line right now. They're playing well. Boone Jenner, Kent Johnson, and Adam Fantilli. So we'll take Fantilli for a point at plus 120. Are we sold on Washington? I know everyone was saying they were last year's Vancouver. Are we really sold that Washington is halfway back, all the way regressed, or somewhere in the middle from where they were last year? There's Cap's money line coming from JT Foz. Major analytics advantage. There it is. There's the handicap. Cap's money line. He likes it. But I would lean on Caps. I'd lean on the Cap side. Advantage.
No, I'm going to bet the opposite just because he's using analytics to determine a side.
Sure.
I'm just trying to look at the standings here. Where is Washington? Yeah, they're 10 points, 5-2. I think they're a team TBD still.
Yeah. They could be a top 3 team in the East.
I would still believe with that goaltending that they're probably going to be a better team than regress as much as maybe people predict them to regress.
Yeah.
But they got a nice matchup tonight against Columbus.
Yeah.
It's been somewhat, 3-3 start. I don't know. I expected better from them.
Yeah, Jet Greaves. I know. I think this is where they are. Jet Greaves is going to be their savior if they do win games. But we'll see. PLD, I believe, is still questionable. So we'll see how those lines shake out for Washington. Protas has just been. You like Chikrin for a point at -110. I'm not sure if is it Chikrin or what's his face? Who's the other defense? Yeah, as
Carlson?
PP1. Yeah, I don't know which one.
I think they go 2D on their power play. 1 sec, I'll just pull it up.
Nothing weirdly innuendo-esque about that word. Yep.
No, yeah, they go 2 defensemen on their first power play.
All right.
It's Wilson, Strome, Ovechkin, Chikrin, Carlson. One of a rare, very, 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 very rare units that does 2 defensemen on a power play.
Yes, and if they did play at 5-on-5 together, you could stack the defensemen, but they do not. Bobby Newport says, "Give me Boone Jenner for another point night." I like it. I am running. I'm trying to win some money. Well, I've lost some money over the last couple of days. I'm trying to win that money back, plus get myself to hopefully game 2. And my best angles today, I think, are the 2-point combos. You got 4 games. You round robin 2, 3, 4. In game 1, you go Matthews, Nylander, and McMahon for 1 point, but Matthews and Nylander for 2. You put that one together. And then the New Jersey game, because New Jersey's such a giant favorite, you can't do anything with that. So you take the Shark side. You take the guys who were hot last night. You take Smith and Celebrini each for 2 points. You put that one together. That one's sexy. The Blue Jackets, you go Fantilli, Jenner for 2 points. And the Jets, you probably have to go Taves and Nino Niederreiter, 2 points. And you put those together. You round robin. Boom. Might be able to go to a Jays game eventually. But we'll see. Or just keep losing. That's how that works too. But Fantilli on the point there. Calgary, Winnipeg, there's no other bet to make. This is an auto bet going forward for the rest of the year. Hopefully maybe we should just roll it over every week and see how far we can get this Calgary team total under 2.5 at a very good -110. I don't care if Eric Comrie's in net. I think it's even tougher for Calgary today to play after an embarrassing loss by Winnipeg last night. No?
I don't know if it was an embarrassing loss. I think, the games I've watched Seattle play during this recent stretch,
they're deep.
They're a really good hockey team. And I mean, I had that game on the TV on the tower in the studio, and Winnipeg played really well. It was a 1-0 game right up until the last minute of the game, and they got 2 empty netters. So I don't necessarily. I'm not going to crap on Winnipeg here because of them losing to Seattle. Seattle's been playing like one of the best teams in the league right now.
Jared McCann, very underrated talent with Matty Beniers, who was a Calder winner, and Jordan Eberle. Boom, decent top line. Okay, maybe not like maybe a line 2 for some teams, but line 2: Jaden Schwartz, Chandler Stevenson, who's a very underrated center, and Eli Tolvanen. You're like, okay, maybe that's another middle 6 line, and then the Marchment Shane Wright line has been doing very well, and Yanni Neiman has been a very sneaky surprise for them on the back end. Vince Dunn, Larson, Lindgren, Fleury, Mahara, and Jamie Alexiak. Sorry, apologize to the Alexiak family there, but not a terrible lineup. But if they can get goaltending like that, this team can certainly surprise people. And I think we might be seeing the move where Seattle and Utah are starting to climb up the standings. No?
Yeah, they absolutely are. So are the Penguins. So are the Detroit Red Wings. So
the Sabres. And the Sabres?
The Sabres. I mean, see what happens in these next 2 games. I think these next 2 games for Buffalo, if they can win both of them. Oof.
And the Blackhawks?
Chicago too. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Chicago
go.
Too.
Spencer Knight Vezina. The Spencer Knight Vezina run is on the go. But you could probably put something. I know we got to get going here. We could put something nasty where everything's overpriced in terms of those teams who have always done well. Tampa Bay, Florida, Toronto, we can add to that list too. And then the teams who have done very poorly consistently. Your Buffaloes, your Chicagos, your Utahs, your Seattles. I think there might be something there. Like to
changing of the times, buddy.
Yeah, it is. But but how can I profit off it is the question. Like, something with if you can find the spot to no playoffs, right? That's where it was. Like with the one we put together yesterday, our $18 for 20,000. They should already pay us out for that one. That's how good that one. I'm surprised it's not in the account yet. That was a freebie. All right. Hey, but it's Friday, Giant Friday. Let's win a couple extra on the side here from the NHL picks. We got our baseball stuff up there. Great weekend ahead of us. We don't get many of these. I mean, we'll be just crushing candy by this time next week too, right? Let's not forget about that. Right, stealing candy from our children for Halloween next week, and then November is Josh needs to clean his body in November because it's been a crappy October, that's for sure. We'll leave it at that. If you're signing up for the first time, if you haven't been to Bet99, make sure to sign up with Covers NHL code. That's going to help you out a long way. Back here next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, same time, 10 a.m. every week. Appreciate everybody there in the chat. Slow week. Let's finish it off on a good note. Josh Inglis, Carlo Colaiacovo covers his puck props, presented by Bet99. Let's have a weekend.
Let's go, Blue Jays.
Yeah, man. Yo, Toronto. Skimmy, yo, Toronto. Yo, Toronto.